We definitely about to get into this female rappers are they control, and lady opened up a female only nightclub to keep men from ruining nights out. So Chef Darius is about to join us. So we're gonna start with the female rappers. Now I said this. If you look on my page, go to my Facebook, James Willie CEO. I said this about back in 2015. I said female artists are gonna take over the rap game. Nobody believed me, but I didn't think the female rappers would only be able to talk about one thing, the ones that are popular, sex. Now, the other female artists that I like and listen to really don't talk about sex, but you're not going to hear them. What's being controlled and pushed out is nothing but sex, 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 which is sex sales, but it doesn't have to be in every verse, every hook, every song. It shouldn't have to be about sex. Now, I feel like it's not fair that they only let the women that talk about sex get the top spots, and a lot of them are trash. To me, honestly, a lot of them is trash. That's my honest opinion. They trash because all they can talk about is sex. If all you can talk about is sex, you may as well start an OnlyFans page. The way I look at it, because the rap careers aren't gonna last, so they're gonna all end up doing OnlyFans, twerking, showing their body, and you setting them up for failure. That's what you're doing. You setting them up for failure by letting them only talk about sex. Let them talk about something else, and teach them how to rhyme on beat. Like the beat over here, they over there. Like the shit doesn't even sound good. I don't know who's producing it and writing it, but whoever doing it, they need to stop it. It sounds absolutely horrible. Sean, what's your take on it as an artist about the way they do these new female artists?
You are hilarious.
It's the truth.
But first of all, what female artists do you listen to? You said the ones that you listen to. Don't talk.
I like Lauryn Hill. I like 3D Not T. 3D Not T probably is one of the best female artists I've ever heard. I like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is raw.
Nicki Minaj is sex.
Yeah, but she don't all talk about sex in all her songs.
But her whole persona is sex. She's got bars.
But she can rap and make good music.
When you see her in the video, yeah, but you can't excuse that when her image is, you know what I'm saying? She raps about it and her image is sex. I mean, it is what it is. My thing is, I listen to Rhapsody, Noir, who are some other ones? The Scarlet Movement, I'm on that.
Sure, I like Shauna from DTP.
Here's my thing. I don't listen to a lot of female rappers, and everybody that knows me or listens to our show, shout out in the lab with Rip, knows that I'm very hypocritical when it comes to that. The minute I hear my ass is this, or my head game is this, or my cat or my box is this or that, I'm turning it off. But when the males speak on, when they rap their shit, I will listen to it. So I'm very hypocritical when it comes to that. I will take that 100%. My thing is, yes, sex sells. Just like when you look at the male genre, the trap music, the drill music, that's what's selling now. The real ones that rap, you got the ones that stand out, the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, those, of course, just to name a few. You got those that stand out. But when it comes down to it, what's really selling and what's moving right now is the trap music. Females are not typically considered trap rappers or hood rappers. They're more of the, the partiers, or again, the sex sells. So when it comes down to it, just like the real rappers, the J. Cole's, the Kendricks, Talib Kweli's, throw another name in there. Those are some of the bigger ones. But some of the other guys that are lyrical that aren't up there, they have the same fight that the women do in the rap game. They have to find their lane. And if sex is their lane, then that's the lane that they find to be successful in the rap game. Now, I will agree with you when you said the careers won't last as long. Same thing as the rappers that rap the BS. We've seen a lot of them come and go. One of the ones I remember me and you had a conversation about that you thought was going to be used was Trinidad James. when he had the, gold.
Yeah, that mixtape was hard.
That's cool.
That mixtape was hard.
But what I'm saying is, where is he at now? I'm comparing that. That was his lane of music. That's just one of them. But we've seen many come that had a lane that wasn't lyrical, or they only rapped about a certain thing, and we saw what they came and went. So I agree with you when it comes to the female rappers, if that's all you rap about. But here's my thing. How many of their albums have you listened to say that all they rap about is sex? Now, I see the singles or the stuff that's on the radio, of course, because you got to push that. But
have you heard that the way they rap, there's nothing else they can talk about. They can't even rap about sex on beat.
But I'm asking you, if you listen to it,
I'm not listening to them.
Well, then how do you know that that's all they have to rap about?
That's all you hear. All their singles is sex, sex, sex. Video, all their music videos, sex, sex, sex.
Again,
they had Popeyes talking about sex. Popeyes in the parking lot.
I compared it to the trap rappers. There's a lot of those that I was like, damn, every song, kill, 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 murder, murder, murder. But it's like when I go into the albums, they're talking about life. They're talking about feeding their families. They're talking about generational wealth too. But when you see their videos, it's murder, murder, kill, kill, because that's what is being pushed right now. They have other stuff to offer on their albums. There's a lot of them that I did not listen to. I said the same thing you said. When it comes to the female rappers, he just don't want to listen to it because that's what he sees. I did the same thing with some of these trap guys. But when I went and actually listened and went into their album, they actually had some shit with some substance. Now, again, you have to find the lane. Now, I don't believe that they're being controlled. I just believe it's more of a situation where, just like any record label, hey, we got the formula. If you want to make it, you want to make this money, this is the formula we have for you. Because there are female rappers, like you said, that don't rap about sex. Sex, sex, sex. You know what I'm saying? And they're not as popular.
We don't get to hear those women. And they're great artists.
You get to hear them if you seek them out.
But that's
me being an artist myself, I seek those rappers out. I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to what's popping, or what's popular. I listen to what I want to listen to. And that's the choice that we all have. Like you said, he ain't listening to it. There may only be, like I said, there's some, their whole motive is just sex. But again, unless you went into the album and found those out, you really don't know. All you know is what they put commercializing on the radio. Same thing as with the trap rappers. If you don't actually go in and listen to their album, yes, I can sit here and say, oh, he just want to kill, 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 because that's all I've seen. But until I go in and actually listen to the album, which is what I do as an artist myself, you don't really know what they have to offer. Like I said before, there's been plenty of them that have came and went that I thought didn't have nothing for me. And then I go and listen to them and it's like, well, damn. And it's been a lot of these new rappers, I wouldn't even give a chance to. And then I went and they actually had some substance there. The only thing I can say is we have a choice. We don't have to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? That's our choice. Just like the trap rap. If all you rap about is drugs, violence, and sex, and you're a male, and you know what I'm saying? I don't have to listen to you either. But that's what sells. Somebody's listening to them. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a whole female movement. When Gorilla came out and she dropped that first video,
that was a banger.
There was chicks everywhere. Here's the point that I'm making. It was a banger, but here's the point that I'm making. Chicks everywhere was behind that shit. It was going out in the streets just acting all crazy and doing the shit because they liked it. And that's cool. She found her lane. But what I'm saying is everything that I've heard from her has been the same thing. So are we saying she's one of the biggest female artists right now? So are we saying that Glorilla in however many years ain't gonna be?
Glorilla,
so what's the difference between her?
Because she don't always have to talk about sex. She came out with bangers, see, and she's been doing songs with other artists that I hear the song is really good.
It's different from what it's different from what she's already doing though. Or is it the same?
Like she got the song with Duke Deuce. The song Duke Deuce got with her. Just say that.
Okay, and what is that about?
You gotta listen to it.
But I'm saying, what is the song about?
It ain't about sex. It's more of a club song.
Okay, but I'm saying all her music is like club, go out and.
But that's fine. But it's not
tear some shit up.
She ain't every song. You know what I'm saying?
She talking about fuck niggas and every song. She got her own.
There's a lot of fuck niggas. There's nothing wrong
and
with
there's
that.
a lot of sex. There's more sex out there. I'm not understanding your argument.
Because the ones that talk about sex, they're not. It's like they're not allowed to talk about anything else.
And what else does Glorilla talk about? That's the point.
She didn't talk. She got the song with Moneybagg Yo. They was talking about the whole relationship.
That song was not. Man, that song was about fuck your nigga. Do you know
that was a relationship song?
A relationship song.
He was toxic. She said he was toxic, but he had that good thing.
A relationship song.
That's what it was about.
A relationship
That's a real thing. People stay together for the wrong thing. If you listen to the song, it was a good song, and it was a banger. That shit was a banger.
I need help, man. I need some help, man.
Glorilla be putting them bangers out. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear y'all.
What's up, D?
We talking about these female rappers that are controlled and they only can talk about sex. Why are they not allowed to talk about other things besides sex?
They not controlled.
That's what I'm saying. They're not.
The bitches want to talk about that shit.
That's what sells.
It's women liberate. It's a whole bunch of shit. That's why I used to think too. But the labels don't got as much power on the women as we think. The women have feminism first. So with feminism, they try to want to be on a man's level or think they have access to the same tools as we, same jobs. That even goes with the same artistry and expression. So when they see the male being like chauvinistic and talking about sex and scamming people and doing all that, there's naturally females and be like, shit, we can rap about that too.
And it's selling.
And it's selling. So it's not like those type of people don't exist. Bitches is ratchet. Cardi B was ratchet before she started rapping.
Right.
So all it is, these ratchet bitches is finding a lane thanks to Future, thanks to ratchet niggas.
I didn't want to say it.
They can be ratchet and make good music. Now, where the label comes into play is who they deciding to pay. Now, they are paying ratchet bitches way more than they would a old girl from what's the girl that was Grammy nominated? I don't even know her fucking name. And she's the best female rapper. Huh?
Talking about 3D?
Not 3D. Damn. What's her name? But Rhapsody. Yeah, Rhapsody.
I mentioned her earlier. My bad. I didn't think you was. I forgot you weren't on here yet.
So Rhapsody, a lot of these women, you would think would be the highest paid rappers, but they not. It's these ratchet ones. So
it's the same thing with the males. That's what.
The same thing with the males. So that's why I say
I compare, not to compare the two because they're not the same. But like kind of like you said, the one shit, the Moneybagg Yo and the Gorilla shit was a relationship song. I sometimes compare, and we do it on my show, the rap game to relationships. The shit that we as men feel the women are doing now is the shit that we did for years.
Yeah.
Or we did forever.
Yep.
And now that they're doing it, is like we're looking like, well, I'm not, but some men look at it as like, well, you can't do what we do. But in reality, they are, and some of them are actually doing it better. And the women are actually like not I want to say running the rap game, but they're having their run right now.
Women making more hits. All these bitches is making the more trendy commercial type hit. Like it's the women running it as far as the hits go. Just body of work. I don't think it's because they got a small box though. So you're not gonna get a bunch of mixtapes and features and all that shit.
Right.
Like you're not gonna see them going any Lil Wayne runs where they got 4 mixtapes back to back, spitting, going. You know what I'm saying? They got their things that they good at, which is making these ratchet, catchy summer anthems, and it's lit right now.
They love it because here's my thing.
But the problem is, then after that's over, they all gonna be on OnlyFans.
They're not gonna all be on OnlyFans. Why does I got to be
because
the only
they
option?
can't. They ain't gonna be able to keep making.
You got to think about it. These bitches getting smart, man. They started off as I don't put down street bitch. A street bitch is smart to me. To be honest, they street smart. So people like Ice Spice, she own all her masters. You wouldn't even think
But
that.
but that
Like,
Munch
you would
was a
think a
banger.
nigga like Nas or one of these niggas own
I mean,
all
they
they
all could
releases.
put out a banger. I mean,
Munch was a banger. Munch
Anybody
was a banger. I don't give a Munch was a
anybody
banger.
that we sit at a table or in a booth or anywhere and discuss, they could make a banger, or else we wouldn't know who they are. They probably wouldn't
All
be
of them
signed.
ain't bangers. It's just
They're all not
they're
bangers,
not
but I'm
bangers.
saying they can make one. The record labels aren't throwing hundreds of thousands of $1 million at these people and trying to control us by the music or whatever
They
people
are because they're
say.
pushing it on.
What I'm saying is they're not doing that unless you can make something that people are going to listen to. They see some type of potential, whether to James Willis it's a banger or not. That doesn't matter to the public. If they can make a banger, you may not like it. I don't like 90% of the shit that's out there. But these people are making money. Somebody's listening to it. I can't say just because I don't like Ice Spice music, she didn't make a banger. Or I can't say just because I don't listen to Glorilla that she didn't make a banger. There's something there that these people are investing this money in. People say that they use the music to control us or that they're pushing the narrative, which I do believe, to push the narrative, not to control nobody, because you can control what you listen to. But there definitely is a narrative being pushed. And if they're trying to do all this or whatever we say they're trying to do, they're not going to put no money behind somebody that nobody's even going to fuck with or not listen
They
to.
they shove that shit down our throat. Every day I see shit
And that's what
on
you
my
choose to
timeline.
listen to.
I don't click
James.
on it. I don't follow it, and it just show pop every
James.
hour. Here you go again. They
James.
throw that
It don't
shit down
show up
your
on
throat.
mine.
James, you
Yeah,
don't
I don't
think
get
we
all
need
that
any
shit.
accountability as fans?
I'm not a
Yes,
fan of that shit.
man, not
Why
you.
do I
We're
see
talking
it?
about the
Why
world.
do I
Yes,
see
not
it?
you,
We're talking
James.
about the
Right.
world. We're not talking about you sitting
Oh,
at
the
this
fans,
table.
no, because if people like it, they
That's
like
what I'm
it.
They
But I'm
like
saying
it,
for
nigga.
people
These
like,
hoes got fans for real. So
but what
We're
I'm
not
saying is
worried about.
people that don't even follow them or try to look at it is still shoved
now
down
you
our
are
It don't
throat.
pop up.
absolutely right. Now James
It
right about
does.
that.
It
Now
does,
what
but
they
it don't
try
pop
to
up
do
on mine.
is
I don't
portray
see
our
Glorilla.
people.
Say what?
I don't see. Go ahead.
So what they do though, what the labels and all the media do, they nitpick. Like they pick
Right.
and choose what type of black people to present to the masses. So they are doing that. They taking our lowest of our lows and our ratchets of our ratchets and throwing them a whole bunch of money and putting them in all the movies. Why the fuck
Right.
Meg the Stallion in Incredible Hulk and shit?
Right.
Like, come on now. Like they
Right.
putting
Yeah.
all the ratchet bitches front and center. But we in the age of information, technology, internet, nigga. If you
Right.
want to listen to your local nigga down the street, you
Right.
can download his whole catalog,
Right.
make a Spotify playlist, put that shit on. You can share his shit. Like we don't have to listen to that shit.
Now here's
But
my
you're
thing.
right, James. They do kind of push the mainstream narrative of this how we want y'all to look at black women.
The only rebuttal I have to him is what he was saying as far as it pops up in his timeline. We all know there's an algorithm. We all have been by now in 2023. We've all done said something around somebody. Oh, I gotta search for this or search for that, and then you go into Facebook and that same shit you was just talking about is on your shit.
Yeah.
There's ways they find out what to push to people. The only point I was making to James is I don't see the shit that he's talking about. Yes, it might pop up if somebody shares it, but as far as my main timeline goes, I don't see the Glorillas. I don't see the Ice Spice. I don't see those artists. I don't see all those songs.
I see all that shit on
But
my shit.
and the reason why is it goes off of what you already are looking
following
for or what you're listening to.
Yep.
So that goes off of you. And I guarantee you can put 15 more people on here and they will say the same shit. It goes off of you find what you're already looking for. They know what to push. There's algorithms and there's shit in your phone that calculates that. So if you like, if you listen to this or that, or if you search this or that, it's gonna do shit
the
related
shit I
to
listen to, UGK, Bone, and 3 6 Mafia. How the fuck do I see Sexy Red every day? That makes no sense. Absolutely no sense.
That's one instance. I'm talking about overall.
Every day I see
overall in your phone.
I see the shit more I don't like more than the shit I do like. That means it's
Think
being
about
shoved.
it this way: the shit that you even share on your page alone to come on this show and talk about is the exact rappers and shit that we're talking about right now. That's my point.
But
the shit that you share on your page
doesn't get shared.
It's calculated though,
but it doesn't get shared
they
from
know,
a post.
It doesn't matter. They know what to push towards you. They see what you're sharing. They know what you talk about on your show, and they push that shit. Again, why doesn't that shit not pop up on mine?
I don't
The
know.
algorithm.
Hey, thank you. It's an algorithm.
They need to quit that shit.
It's not going to quit. How do you think they
James,
know?
you need to
I
quit.
don't want to
Stop
see it. I
looking
don't
at
want to
big
hear
booty
it.
bitches.
There's a button you can
All
push.
I heard yesterday
There's
was
a button.
all I heard was some girl talking about he ate my ass. I'm gonna eat his. I don't want to hear that shit.
There's a button
I'm
you can
tired of
push
it.
where you can put it on there that says "See less ads
You
like
you
this."
need to go to the dentist out here just eating men's ass. Men don't even. A lot of men don't even know how to wash their ass. Your tongue gonna fall off eating niggas' ass.
You can't control everything, but for the most part, if you go in there and actually take the time to go into the options and all that shit, you can block out half that shit you see. You just have to go in and take the time to do it. Again, we control, in 2023, we control our peace. We control what we entertain. We can't control what is fed to us, but we can control what we eat.
They shoving that shit down our throat. We're going to get into this next subject. The subject that went viral on TikTok. We got over 150,000 views. Thank you, everybody, and 12,000 comments. Thank you to everybody who commented, did stitch videos. I've got comedians. I'd like to thank everybody that did stitch videos. One of the comedians got like 200,000 followers. He did a stitch on us on Facebook.
And they tried to say you was mad.
Yeah, try to say I'm mad when I made the video. I'm glad y'all did because I wasn't mad, but I'm glad y'all thought I was mad because you gave us 150,000 views and we appreciate it. So the video that went viral was this lady opened up a female-only nightclub to keep men from ruining nights. You know, ladies like to have ladies' night. Nothing wrong with ladies' night. I got a group of friends out of state. They used to go to ladies' night. I used to go with them. So they feel safe and we drink, we party, or whatever. And I understand you need a safe space. But this what got me in the comments. Every comment, I don't feel safe. I said, okay, why not? Well, because men drug and assault women. I said, okay, how many? 90%. Okay, 97, 99.
This
Okay.
nigga was
The way
tripping
he
with that
said
chat.
it just sounds. The way he said it just sounds
Read the
so
comments.
ignorant, man.
Read the comments. I'm going by what people write. I go off what you tell me.
I get what you're saying.
I go off the numbers you give me. Some of the men, it's 75. Okay, thank you. 75.
There's a lot of context to it. That's
I go off of what people tell me. So if you tell me 75 and 90, I'll say, okay. So 75 and 90% of men drug and assault women.
That's like saying you at a club with 100 men in there and 75 of them go slip something in your drink or touch you.
But if they do, if it's that high,
like I said, there's a lot of context in there.
Then most of those men would be in jail. If most of the majority of men in this world, because a lot of us go out and go to club, they'd be in jail.
James, your argument was flawless. I ain't gonna lie. It was just
right. It's just the
they
way
thought you was mad because they right. Like, why the fuck do a man care about a woman doing so? But if y'all gonna just be saying shit and throwing stats out there, make sure y'all stats real.
Thank
the
you.
one
That
nigga,
makes no
the Captain
sense.
Save a whole nigga came on there and talk about
you wouldn't even go to the club, D.
Let him finish.
You wouldn't even go. They wouldn't even go to the club.
Exactly.
No.
If you go to the club,
you wouldn't go out your house.
If you go to the club,
if they that bad at the club, they ain't that bad at the grocery store. They ain't that bad at the library. They ain't that bad anywhere else.
That generalization shit, I don't fuck with generalizing.
Thank you.
I hate generalizing. I know it's bad men in this world. We need to get
Right.
rid of them niggas. But bitch, it's good man in this world too. And y'all need to start praising them and championing them niggas and stop worrying about the bad man.
And the thing is, if the number's so high, why is it when I go to a club, and I worked at a club as a security guard and a DJ at the regular clubs, the LGBTQ club, every club I go to, the women are on the tables, behind the bar, on the chairs, dancing, twerking. I don't see no unsafe shit. We unsafe. Where is this at?
Right.
Women the most molesting ass people on this fucking planet. They think men is some touchers and grabbers and all. Women is worse than men. Men have the ability to actually overtake you by force. So I'll give them that. A woman naturally can't just R-word any man or know what I'm saying? Or if she trying to R-word another woman, that woman got a chance to fight back. But in just being inappropriate, women inappropriate as fuck. And they allowed to get away with that shit for some reason. I don't know why they allowed to just be inappropriate.
It ain't even that. It's just more or less like if we say something in certain situations, we probably lose a job or you know what I'm saying? Because I've been at plenty of jobs where the women just said off the wall shit. And I'm like, I'm scared to even respond. Yes, they saying something to me, but I'm scared to respond back, because I don't know what the parameters are. But
my thing is, if the numbers are so high,
which they're not, which we know they're not.
At the club, a lot of the same women has had one night. I had a woman tell me, I've never had a one night stand. You a damn lie. You done had a one night stand. You done met some. Most of us done met the people we done got kids and shit with at the damn clubs. We done got drunk with them, got high with them, linked up with them. Even if it ain't the same night, we done linked up with them another day and kicked it and messed around with them. And a lot of y'all got kids by the man you met at the club. A lot of y'all in relationships with the man you met at the club. A lot of y'all done married somebody you met at the club, whether it's a bar, club. It could be y'all could be at the club. I seen people have birthday parties or maybe a wedding reception.
Somebody,
You there drinking socially. And y'all talking about all these men are just unsafe. But you have boyfriends and husbands and kids with the same men you said make you feel unsafe. But how can they get
the reason
I understand.
I watched the video. Me and them had a couple of conversations about this. The reason why the video went viral, it wasn't necessarily like you being mad that they curated the club. It was the part where you was like, oh, now you got to go out and spend your own money, buy your own drinks. They doing that anyway. Yes, there are women that go out like literally, I ain't got no money in my pocket. I'm gonna get drunk because they know niggas gonna buy them drinks. I used to go out on ladies' night, Tuesday at Bumpers, wherever else. They would literally go with no cash or $10 in their pocket and come home sloppy drunk. So yes, there are women like that, but for the most part, the places that I've been, you may go to different bars or whatever. I've been a lot of places. For the most part, the women, they're there together. They have their own money and they buying their own drinks. If you step in and want to offer them one, they'll take it. But they're not going there literally looking to hook up with men or looking. So that's why the video went viral, because they were trying to say, like, you was basically putting it out there that all women, just like they were trying to say all men touch and grab. They basically try to put it out there as you saying all women go out to get niggas to cater to them, which is not the case.
Majority of them do, because the majority of women, I know, yes, they do, because the majority of women will take money to the club, but the majority of women don't plan on spending it. Women do not plan. As many women
you saying they at the crib get ready with their girl, like, oh yeah, we about to go out and get these niggas to buy.
Do you hear how these women talk? Do you hear how they talk online, in person? They take their own money, but they don't plan on spending it, especially if they're attractive. And women know that.
I can only speak in my experiences. Most of the women, like, again, when they at the club and they don't want to talk to men, they be in their own corner.
That's different.
They won't show you no attention. They won't look at you. They spending their own bread. And these are the most situations that I see. In his case, the most situations he sees the opposite. And that's cool.
They ain't spending their own
money. Maybe
I
would be just in different places, different clubs. It could be different cultures as well.
Now, when women go to the only girls club, they got to spend money because ain't no men there. But if it's a spot,
nobody spoke on that.
If it's a spot where they know it's going to be men in there on a Friday, Saturday night, they're not planning on spending all their own money.
Did anybody speak on that, D? The different cultures or the type of clubs, whether it's a biker bar club?
No, they just said.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of context.
Biker clubs are bad. There's a lot of drugs.
There's a lot of context to it. But I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's the places I've been. I don't see all that. I see women. Women are at the bar standing there waiting to buy drinks, and it's the majority of women. I see maybe one or two dudes standing at the bar waiting to buy drinks, where the bar is lined with women. That's all I'm saying. At your place, it might be different. Wherever you don't be going to the club. I mean, clubbing ain't something
I worked at the club.
Clubbing was something I did, I don't know, however many years ago. It might be different now, but I don't even, again, I don't even go.
If you listen online, women don't even want to spend their own money on their own house and their own bills. If you even just listen to it.
What do you be following, bro?
You got to listen. Women don't even want you to, women want you to pay all their bills and everything. If you listen to them every day here online, pay my bills. You're not a man if you can't take care of me. They don't. Women don't plan on spending their own money.
Man. I feel like you just
women go on the internet and listen.
That's all you see.
That's all they talk about.
That's crazy.
That's all they talk about.
D, you alone know I would probably say maybe a shitload of women that are on their thing, right? Would you say
Yeah.
the majority of what you see is I don't want to pay my bills, take care of me?
I think this would get James in trouble. He just generalized. Just like how I got
What I
on
hear.
No, I'm
here.
serious. No, I'm asking you, what you see every day, do you see a majority of handling their business or take care of me's? We just call
It's
it that.
it's split down the middle to me because you
Okay.
got the girls who are take care of me's, but they really not because they on
Well,
government
that too. You have
assistance.
that. You have that. Just
Like,
yeah. You will have that.
so you got people faking the funk, but you getting taken care of by the big man, the government take. So at the end of the day, it's like I do see strong independent women. I see the women who are like pick me's and I need you to do everything for me. I see it all.
It's a lot of cultural. Like, dude, there's a lot of context. Like, you got to bring like culture, race, background, a lot of that into it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
I want y'all
There's a lot more to it. Like, they should have had like I told him, man, he need to get the dude, the little comedian dude that made the video, and get the lady on here that actually made the club, and have a actual intellectual and extensive conversation about it.
Without
Because there's a
men,
lot of context.
without
To get,
men,
I would love to get her idea of what made you actually come up with the idea besides just pills and the R word. What
Yeah,
else
because
made you? Because there's more to it than just that. It's not just another thing about the video that went viral. It's not just they made the club so that men couldn't ruin their night. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like I'm sure that wasn't the only thing she had in her mind. Oh, men are out here raping and throwing pills in women's drinks. There was more to it than that.
that's what they look at the count. That's what
I
they
get it. No, that's what the public is saying.
That's
I'm
what
talking
they saying.
about the women that made it herself.
Mm-hmm.
The public can have their own opinions of why they would go to it or why they would make it. But I'm saying I want to talk to the women. Is she LGBTQ? Is she straight? You know what I'm saying? Like, did something happen to her? Like, there's way more context than just we don't want men in the club because y'all throw pills and y'all R word. There's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? People literally took his video and her idea and just like took specific literal points of it instead of the whole idea. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And I don't think James sees nothing wrong with it. The part that James sees wrong with it is when y'all try to say that 75% of men, you're in a club with 100 men and 75, you wouldn't even be there.
niggas taking that shit
What
personal. Like, hold up.
If you in the comments or you watching this video, tell me you will go to a club where 75% of the men are out there touching.
And a lot of them will go. Man. A lot of them will go because they have babies by these same men. That's my thing. If the majority
of men,
if
they know that's the case, but they don't even believe what they're saying.
But they said it. Just like
right.
whatever I
just
say,
saying shit to say.
Just like whatever I say, I stand behind it 200%. So I'm gonna go with they whatever they say. Cool. I'm going by mine.
I feel like they just saying shit to say.
Let them.
That don't even make sense.
But once it's up there, we talking about it. So since you put it up there, we talking about it.
Because again, they're not gonna go to a club.
Obviously, they do.
They sit there.
They do.
But here's what I'm saying. They sitting there typing in the comments. Saying they don't even believe what they saying.
Right,
they sitting there typing in the comments. 75% of men knowing damn well they about to go to the club Friday night.
Who the fuck? My thing be who did the research on these stats?
Thank you.
These
Nobody did.
Y'all went
you
to
sat
all
down
the
and
clubs
interviewed.
and
You
watched
interviewed
every nigga in there. Like, all right, he didn't touch nobody. That person didn't touch nobody.
Right.
Like, how the fuck are y'all coming up with these made up ass numbers? Would be my thing.
You interviewed 100 men and 75.
That's what they did. They interviewed a small portion of people and put that stat to generalize everybody.
Ladies, if I don't.
But see, this is what I was saying.
It just don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because they all have kids. So they all have boyfriends. They all messing with somebody that is a man.
Well, maybe that was the 20, maybe that
if
was
the
25%
majority
they felt safe with.
If the majority of men at a club are so bad, that means the majority of men outside the club are bad. Because every man in that club is not a club hopper every night. Every man might go out. That guy, those 10 guys might be out once a week. We've been working all week. These other guys don't even have a job.
That's why I said, is it the same at the grocery store? Is it the same?
They said the majority of men just don't make them feel safe. Okay, so that means that also means at this non-male club, you're gonna have all women security.
You know what that is?
And this
James?
was gonna happen at an all women's club. You ever been to an all women event? Nothing but drama. You watch Real House of Hollywood, they can't eat a lunch for 20 minutes without arguing.
Here's the thing.
You put 100 women in a club by themselves, it's gonna be some shit.
I'm about to sum it up for you right here, man.
It's gonna be some shit.
You can't.
And I've heard that from women telling me that.
What they're trying to argue with you, there is no logical explanation.
But they can't argue.
Your argument was not exactly.
You can't.
This is what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Okay, your argument, it wasn't even about them opening the club. Your argument was all men, the majority of men don't do that shit. Okay, right. There's no logical argument from them for that. So they have to say shit like that. It makes no sense. There's no logical. How do you argue that? Where's the statistics to argue that? They can't sit here and tell you, yes, it is 90% or it's da da da. So they have to come up with something. And I don't.
But this is my thing.
There's no logical argument to that.
Don't use men as an scapegoat because you want to go to the LGBTQ club. Because I worked at the LGBTQ club with all women, and a lot of y'all be lying to your husbands and boyfriends. I'm just going with the girls. Now, secretly, they be messing around with each other in the bathroom, kissing and licking on each other, and they ain't going to tell you that part. See, that's a lot of shit they ain't going to tell. Oh, we going to the gay club because the men over here are bad. No, it ain't the men. You want to go lick on your girlfriend coochie. That's what you want to do.
Go to the club and do that instead of just going to their girlfriend.
No, what they do is what a lot of them do. They go to the club. They go to the club, then they'll leave the club. They go over to the other girl's house, then they come back to the club and have their boyfriend and husband pick them up from the club. I done seen it all. So y'all can't fool me with this shit. That's why I made them videos on your ass on TikTok.
Let me ask you a question. How many girls you think doing that, D? They having their niggas drop off, pick them at the club, and they going to lick coochie, man. This nigga hollering.
I done seen it.
I don't know if all of them doing that.
I know you've seen it before.
It's
not like it's impossible.
You know how women act?
You putting it out there like
at the regular bar. At the regular bar. See if we go to downtown Willoughby. The girls, when they're having girls' night, what they doing? Dancing, licking on each other, touching. What do you think they doing at the all women's club when men ain't there? What you think they really doing?
Put a percentage on it, James. Out of 100, how many women going to the club to get dropped off?
About 30% of them. It ain't. I ain't say it's a high number. Oh, but they in there. You know how women are. They like to dance on each other. They start getting drunk, and then one of them bisexual, the other one ain't. Then they experiment. That's how that shit happens.
I mean, I just saw a girl make a post yesterday about her experience at a bar, and so a girl forced her into the bathroom and like was kissing on her, and she ain't like that shit. Know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
my whole angle when we did do the first live on TikTok was, is it because y'all don't feel safe from men? Because I personally think you got the women who can be sneaky with how they approach you, and they can know what I'm saying? They could take advantage too. So
they know they got the mind.
They know, and they women. So it's low-key easier for them to get your guard down sometimes. Know what I'm saying? So
assault on another woman, sexual assault is not as. They don't take it as seriously because a lot of women, if they get sexually assaulted by another woman, they're not going to report it. With a man, it's different.
Not going.
That's why I said.
Report it with men either.
But they don't. But that's what I was saying. They're not safe over there either because them studs is more aggressive than men. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Them studs is way more aggressive than men.
Because they feel like they allowed to because they a girl.
I don't.
Because they women.
See, here's the thing. For the women saying they don't feel safe, y'all can have that argument. Here's my thing. I believe the most women that are actually going to go to this club are going to go out because they just want to have a good night and they honestly just don't want to be hit on. It may not be that a nigga slipped something in their drink. It may not be that he R-worded her, but they just don't want to. That's cool.
Or they don't fit.
And they may not go there every night. That might just be, hey, we want girls' night tonight. Oh, they got the one spot. Let's just go there.
And there's no other men there, so there's no temptation for them to cheat. That'd be a good
And that too, and that was one of the arguments I seen too. The one guy was like, well, I'm good with it because I know I can drop my girl off and then go pick her up and nothing happened. No, nigga.
Females get down. Female, get cheated on quick you might get cheated on quicker at the LGBT.
Yes, you as a man probably will feel more comfortable knowing there ain't niggas there. But at the same time, it's like
but I was a security guard at the LGBT club. I got a lot of play because guess what? When no men in there.
Women to me.
So if there is men in there, they're gonna feel like the men in there, if they're working security, oh, okay, he's security, so I feel safe. And things happen. So that all Girl club don't shit go on at the club because I work there.
What it is with women is women. If you look at a woman, they're probably the most beautiful thing on this planet. Y'all ain't got to agree. I don't know what else. A good woman, period. Okay, it's probably one of the best things on this planet. Okay, they're gonna attract men and women. That's just how it is. I know a lot of women that look at other women would never touch one, but they look at her like, damn, she look good, or she got a nice ass, some nice titties. They do that shit, but they would never, ever, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't feel safe being a woman, you're not gonna feel safe being around human beings, period. Because you're gonna attract both men and women. So whether you go to the all women club, or you go to the mixed club, or you somehow find your way dressed up in a all male club, regardless of where you're at, if you're attractive or if you're even decent, you're probably gonna get some type of attention.
Yep, y'all leave us
But
a comment.
the thing is that the attention is not gonna be 75%, whether it be all women or all men that are gonna make you feel unsafe. So let's stop with that.
That one said 97 and 99.
That's crazy.
25%.
When you walk outside, if it's that much in the club, when you go outside into the regular world, it's got to be a million times
everybody.
Fold.
Right.
My thing is, they could have used the opposite. They could have said 25%, and I would have believed that.
I'd agree with that.
That would have been enough. Like, if you feel like one
out of
every 4 men is a fucking nagger, and
I would agree.
I would agree. You, and that's enough for you to not even want to go to the regular club, that's fine. But just don't be making up stats and generalizing like niggas is just all fucking dogs and savaging on the hunt out here. Because a lot of men go to the club and they just fucking wallflowers. They ain't even fucking. They don't got the courage. They don't got the motherfucking game. They don't got the shit. So the niggas that's really perverts and doing all that shit, it's a small percentage. And and to be fair to them, I think even if it is a small percentage, that's enough for y'all to maybe want to do your own thing. That's fair.
That's cool.
But don't make it seem like
nobody's arguing that either. The only point we're arguing, ain't nobody arguing with the sensible point that you just made. Right. We're arguing the outrageous point that they made. Yeah. And like you just said, if you want to go if you want to go out of 4, if you said 75%, 50% of that is 2. So somewhere in between 2 and 4, that many men is gonna hunt you out. And come on, man.
And this is the thing
that's the only problem I have with the whole argument. That's why I didn't get on here, man. Because
this is the thing they don't never bring up. This is the $1 million question right here. This is the one. At the end of the night, right? The sexual assault, I got drunk. 50% of that time is the men's fault for being aggressive. The other 50% is the woman's fault. And the reason why the other 50% is the woman's fault is because y'all let these men entertain you. You let these men buy you food. You let these men buy you drinks. You let these men, you laugh at their corny ass jokes. You follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And then at the end of the night, when he try to get what he wants, it goes the wrong way. And a lot of y'all won't get that, but I know what I've been around. Oh, y'all play men so good at the club. I've jumped on men and thrown them out the club, even when y'all was in the wrong.
I won't put no 50% on that.
Bullshit. I was a security guard. Bullshit. All them ladies you seen lined up at the bar paying for their shit, a lot of that was cash apps for men. A lot of women don't spend their money like we do. Now, if it's nothing but women, they will spend it. If there's men there,
but that's 50% her fault to get raped.
No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? I'm trying to, please tell me, because I'm not.
What I'm saying is you entertain the wrong type of guy. You entertain the jackass, knowing you weren't gonna give him no attention.
But how did she know he gonna rape her?
I didn't say that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's partially your fault for playing somebody.
No.
Yes, it is. Think about it. If you play somebody, it's going to be some type of consequence.
What?
Man or woman.
But
I didn't say it's right, but there's going to be a consequence.
There ain't no way to justify somebody.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying there's a consequence. If we go out and play 3 women at the club, it's going to be some type of consequence.
But they can't hard our niggas play.
I'm not saying it's right, but there's
we be leaving women on. We be doing all
I didn't say that, but it's going to be a consequence. But they don't talk about how they leave these men and spend up all their money. buying $300 bottles that they could get at the corner store for $30, and then they go into something else.
So you call her a bitch or whatever, you move on.
Which
and
you should.
That don't mean that it was her fault. A woman got raped.
No, I didn't say that. I said that's her fault because of the consequence. You're gonna get some type of consequence.
That would be the consequence. So you are saying that.
I'm not saying it's okay to do it. I'm saying it's
you're not saying it's okay, but you say that's what that.
You play
whether you're saying it's okay or not, you're saying it's 50% the woman's fault.
It is, because you let this nigga on.
Crazy, man.
You can't lead on everybody. You ever lead on the wrong woman and you get a bad consequence, like your tires get slit or she throw a brick through your fucking window because you let her on and played her? There's a consequence for it. I'm not saying it's right, but there's a consequence when you play people. People have feelings. Am I right or wrong? I didn't say it was right. But it's partially your fault.
We talking about
there's a consequence.
We talking about women going out to the club for a night and feeling safe. This ain't got nothing to do with.
But you got to talk about their role in it. We can't just say the men had a role. If you had a role,
their role? Because they go out to the club with their girls and they smile at you.
No, there's women that bullshit. They will sit there and laugh in your face and drink.
So what?
James, there's a consequence too.
And the man can't get no action, and then they go bad.
There's a consequence. You're right, but there's also a consequence.
No, nigga, you was dumb. You was a simp for spending your money.
One at a time.
You didn't have to spend your money on that girl at the club.
No, you didn't. But that's partially her fault for entertaining that. No, she had no interest.
All right, so to be fair,
so if you walk up and buy her a drink,
no,
and because she don't want to give you her number or take you home,
not me,
she don't tell you no, and you buy her a couple more drinks, you get to call her a bitch.
Well, that's just stupid.
That's it.
See, after first week.
See, James, that's the thing. Men will do that though. If a woman,
I know they will, but
deny it or say she don't want it or she don't accept it, like a nigga advances. Sometimes they'll take it to the extreme and call her out her name.
Oh, you don't want to drink? Well, fuck you then, bitch.
Well, that's ignorant.
And some women just be trying to avoid that shit, so they'll be entertaining niggas. So
I'm talking about the ones that
entertain. So then when you get to the end of the night, you don't entertain this nigga because you didn't want him to dog you in the first place. Now he trying to take you home. Here comes the consequence. This is what James is saying.
That's not
what you said.
What I said I didn't say. I said when they accepted the whole night. Not just.
I just said that exact example.
If you literally laughing in this man's face and giving him attention, you know he gonna want your phone number or something. Come on now, let's be real. You ever had a woman spend money on you? The things you got to do after a woman spends some money on you, it's the same with men. They're gonna expect something. So don't be laughing in these niggas' face, have them buying your food and drinks all night, and they think they gonna want to go home and go. So
let me ask you this, James. You in the club? Let me ask you this, man. And you walk up to a woman and you offer her a drink. Now she know damn well you're right. That at some point you probably gonna want some ass or at least a phone number or at least some conversation after that. Okay? Or she feels that if she don't take this, you're gonna dog her ass. So let's just say she go ahead, takes the drinks. Y'all sitting there laughing it up, y'all kicking it or whatever. You get to the end of the night. Now she tells you she don't want no extra with you. There's a consequence for that.
If she played you,
so there could have been a consequence at the beginning of the conversation when she told you, "No, I don't want the drink."
That's different.
That's a consequence too.
What now? What's playing?
You just said no. You say no.
You ain't clear
because so women just go out.
You're dealing with the general public. You don't know who this man is. You don't know what his
so how about
mental
this?
is. If you don't feel safe, and women
so
know
how about
this. Wait a minute, women. I
got you. D.
I got women that have daughters, and they tell their daughters, do not accept a drink from a man if you feel unsafe. Just say no. They may have security at the club. You can call 911 if you feel unsafe. But we know how women like to play niggas. We're not gonna sit here and act like they don't entertain niggas and have a nigga drive buy them drinks and food. Hurt. I see it every time at the bar. They do it a lot. They do it a lot. So let's not act like they fully innocent either. Let's not act like that because it happens every day.
So what do they do to avoid a man coming up?
Say no.
No. To avoid a man coming up to you asking to buy you a drink if you don't want to talk to him.
Is there a club security there? That's what security's for.
Let me ask you a question, D.
Is there not?
Let me ask you okay.
There
is security there.
My question. We also have this thing called 911.
Go ahead.
You call the
police.
There's
security and there's 911.
We have
the fact that they got to do all that extra shit and just not saying no and the nigga leaving them alone is
Right.
fucked up. Know what I'm saying? We could tell a bitch no,
D.
and
If
there
it gets
won't be
that
severe
serious,
You can
consequences.
tell a man no.
if it gets
she'll
that
be
serious,
embarrassed and just leave.
if it gets that serious, then yes, there's security. Yes, there's 911. Let me just. It's simple, just like this. To avoid a man coming to you asking to buy you a drink and you saying no and he dogging you. To avoid a man asking you to buy a drink and you feel scared, so you accept the drinks throughout the night, and then he dogs you at the end of the night. What the fuck do? You go to the all women's club. You ain't got to worry about it at all.
Or you can say no and go to security,
no.
or you call the police.
If there's gonna be,
They saying they don't even want to have to do that, James. That's a waste of
use
fucking time,
common
man.
sense.
He's saying there's gonna be a consequence
Use
whether
common
you say
sense.
no. Period.
Use common sense.
You can't reject the nigga without there being a consequence.
Or police. Use common sense. Don't accept a drink from a man if you have no intention. Don't entertain his ass. Be smart. If he keeps bothering you, call security or call the police. That's what they have it for. I was a security guard, so I would know. It's just common sense. Don't sit there and keep accepting
He just wants to make sure that all the men still have a chance.
It's just common sense. If she tell you no, leave her alone. If you don't, she needs to call the police.
He wants to make sure y'all still come to the mixed club.
Don't tell these women that they already don't have common sense.
Club so that the males still have a chance with you.
They already saying 90%. You're telling them they actually gonna believe this shit because they're not using their head. They're not using their head. Say 99%. It's just common sense shit.
So for all those watching this right now, you have no problem with the club itself. It's just the fact of
who cares? Let them go to the club.
Exactly.
All they doing is kissing on each other.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
You have a problem with them trying to make it as if they made it just because men are vultures.
75, 90, 90. Yes,
I agree with you. I agree
Most
with you
of us are assaulters.
Ladies, stop that.
Look at the comments. How many times y'all said I assault women and all that?
If they said it was 75%, then the ones they got the kid with, what? That was the 25% that was safe.
No, the one lady said, "Well, it's one out of 4."
You still dipped in that one out of 4, or that 75%. So,
and if you have multiple kids with multiple different men, that means every man you've been with is an unsafe man. Because the percentage you gave me, 75 means 3 out of 4. So if you have
believe 1 out of 4,
they don't even believe. They don't believe.
But that's what I'm being taught. What am I supposed to do?
1 out of 4 high to me.
You going off of what you got to go off.
I mean, I know basic math.
That's the only. They like I said, there's no real argument for that.
But they put it in the comments,
right? But they have to write whatever they have to write, just because they like to argue.
Think before you speak.
They like to argue. Period. There's no argument for that.
Just so we're clear, there's 75% it means 3 out of 4. And for y'all that don't know,
that's not real.
So if you have 4 kids with 4 men, 3 of them are assaulters and druggers. Just so you know. And if it's 99%, that means the 4th one, it depends on how he's feeling that day. Okay. So
you wouldn't like men, you wouldn't go to the club, you wouldn't be you wouldn't.
I understand it. Yeah, it just don't make sense.
Your father, your brother, your nephew, your little cousins, you know what I'm saying? They're all just little bastard ass adulters waiting to grow up and peel Bill Cosby and R-word the world.
And they should all be in jail if that's the case. I agree with it.
We raised a little Bill Cosby's out here. David, DJ.
Call the police, call security. Because you do have creeps. You got creeps. You ever seen the movie Players Club?
They don't even believe that shit.
I don't know, but
like I said, there's no real art. For you to say your argument with the club was, don't be trying to say all men or most men do that. There's no real argument for that. Without
it is for them. I got 12,000 comments saying we're unsafe.
That's just their opinion.
No, they're saying
that's their opinion.
Read the comments.
That's their opinions. They're typing their opinion.
And the ones a lot of y'all,
you never put up a video where there was a comment where there was facts posted or numbers posted.
I got like 10 videos
of numbers of men raping women.
I had one lady that said 90%.
No, I'm talking about facts where they actually posted the facts saying it is 75%.
No, because
that's what I'm saying.
They ain't sent me that.
You don't have a video because there is none. That's what I'm saying. So their argument, there is no argument for that.
I had one lady.
They just gonna say whatever they say to argue with, and he appreciates it because his views, his likes, and it's nonsense. You get views and likes over some crazy shit.
And the video wasn't that good to me. But this is the thing. I had one lady, she left me a comment that said 90% of men don't drug and harass women. So I got confused because I was like, oh, well, your other 10,000 peers disagree with you. So you obviously have some type of sense to say 9% don't, because that's more factual.
That'd be like what?
But
10%.
there's literally no way for
They would say
anybody to
that
prove
10
any of
out
these
of 100
stats.
would.
Yeah,
So
that's more
So
factual.
she was saying 10 out of 100 would.
Yeah, that's more factual.
That sounds.
I can agree
That
with
sounds
that.
more sensible. But again, that's her opinion. There's no. She didn't post no facts or no numbers with that. All that is opinions. Everybody's comment, even the shit we talking about right now, this is our opinions. I don't know.
I'm talking about what I've seen when I worked there.
And,
So
and
it's not a high number.
But I'm talking about when the people reacting to your video or all that shit is just opinions. There's no numbers to put that out there. Like what are you gonna do?
And
Sit
if you
down
feel
and ask
safer,
100 men?
If you feel safer around women than men, change the men you're around. And number two, you have some type of problem, because any real woman to tell you, in the presence of a real man, without even talking to him, standing there sitting next to him, she knows she's going to be protected or not.
Now, I will say this. If you polled 100 women and asked them how many times they've been hit on at the club or how many times they did not, you got to figure out what the definition is of not feel safe. Whether they felt a man was a little too aggressive or whatever their definition of. If you polled 100 women, I guarantee you 90% of them would say they didn't. There was a lot of times where they didn't feel safe. So I can't. You can't even argue with them, but to say that, but then switch the question and ask them, if you were in a club with 100 men, how many men do you think would put something in your drink or try to take you home and R-word you? Mm-hmm. I guarantee you it wouldn't be no 75 out of the 100 men.
Of course not. That's just crazy.
So again, they're saying shit because there's no argument. They're just saying shit to say shit, and it is appreciated. It is very much appreciated.
And it's crazy. You ever see a woman in public in distress or side of the road? You don't see women. You don't. No, I'm just saying, like her car. Might have a flat tire. How many women you see pull over and get out and try to help her? They drive right past her. It's always a man.
How many women call another woman to come help them?
Very few. Exactly. It doesn't sound right.
Like I said, man, the argument, it just don't make no sense.
When you call the police, do you feel safer when a woman cop shows up? I'm not knocking women cops. I'm just saying, if you have a fire, you're going to feel safe with 3 women coming in there to get you or 3 men.
They naturally look for men as protectors and providers anyway.
Yes.
That's what that's the natural.
Well, could it be this? Could they be saying in that specific setting of clubs, they don't feel protected?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think we're making it too big. Like, I don't think they're saying that. Well, they could be thinking that some of them might be trying to get their little point across, but in general, I think they're saying in a club setting where it's late and there's drinks involved and it's dark and you getting fucked up and you're not at your best senses, they may not feel safe around men.
Right, I get that.
That makes sense.
We went outside the box a little bit, but I understand. I get that. Just in the club setting, I still don't believe. But the thing is, when they walk out the club, you can poll. Let's say there's 100 women in that club. As they're walking out, you got a little tablet there. Did you feel safe tonight? Click yes or no or something like that. I still don't think I still don't think it'd be 75.
And a lot of women will say they don't feel safe getting hit on by a man if they're not attracted to him.
But again, that one comment, we're talking about the 75%. That was one lady's comment or opinion.
The other wasn't. There wasn't a fact. 99 with me and theirs.
Right, but still, the 99 or the 75, you can say 1%, you can say 33.9%. The bottom line is there's no facts that they posted. That is literally their opinion. So we're sitting there discussing that lady's opinion. She feels 75%, maybe 75% of the niggas that she ever encountered at the club.
But they don't say that. They don't say that. They just said the majority of men. They even try to say I drug people and assault. And I'm like, I'm the one who was taking the nigga off you that was assaulting.
Right. Because
I'm putting my life in danger.
They try to say you was mad because he wants to be the one to try to take advantage of him. No, but like again, if you would have said if you would have worded the video different, which I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. But if you would have worded, then it would have been a totally different argument. They're arguing all men do it, and you got to spend your own money at the club and do all that. That's what they were arguing.
They didn't like that spend money because they know in the presence of men. Let's be honest, women take money to the club, but if they know it's going to be a lot of men there, they're not planning to spend their own money.
And
That's
to be
not how
honest, a
women
lot of y'all
operate.
can't get men to buy y'all drinks anyway, so stop acting like y'all just,
Especially the ones
like
that
y'all
did the Stitch
just-
videos. Y'all was busted.
like y'all just up here, men just after y'all and
The ones that-
on the prowl, man. Let's keep it real. I
And-
ain't the best looking nigga, but I for damn sure I've seen some of y'all in these comments and these videos, man. I get it. Some men, they'll just do anything and don't care what you look like. But that don't mean 75% of them are getting on you at the club. It's not happening. I mean, I don't know if that made y'all feel better that day when y'all made the videos or whatever, but, and I'm not even sitting here agreeing with this man. I'm just saying, like, the arguments don't even make sense.
Because
To even argue that fact makes no sense.
Me doing podcasting, I have different people.
Right.
TikTok is different. TikTok is not, they don't have a lot of podcasts. They just have the general public.
Right.
So the general public say shit.
Just whatever they feel in the moment.
Even if it makes sense or not.
The emotions of it. They probably heard the first part of your video and they
got all emotional. But listen, ladies, when you comment on videos like that, and you have somebody like me, when you say one thing wrong, I'm going to eat that shit up. When you comment on any of my posts, use common sense before you hit send, because I'm going to eat you alive with them dumbass comments.
Bring some numbers, man. Like, here's the one thing.
Prove me wrong.
I'm a numbers guy.
Please.
If you come to me with numbers or something, I'm not going to sit there and keep arguing with you. I have no problem being wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. I have no problem doing that. But if you're just going to say something because it's your opinion, I'm not going to ride.
Do this. Whatever state you live in, this is a good thing to do. Look up your local.
You can.
Yes, you can. You can look up your local jails and county jails and type assault, sexual assault, rape. Do that. I mean, see how many, see in your state, how many men have been convicted of it. Divide that by how many men that you have in that state. That's some common sense. And give me a percentage.
I mean, that is a way. And
it's going to be real.
But again, they can't. You can't really come up with no numbers of who would do this or who would do that.
But I'm just going off what they say.
It's just the simple thing is the whole argument of there's no argument about the club. If y'all want to go there, if that's what makes you feel safe,
right,
more power to you.
And for the ladies,
but the reasoning behind it, at least be factual or have some common sense behind your reasoning behind it. Don't just be like because all men gonna ruin the night or sip something in your drink. That's not the case. If y'all want to argue that, y'all can go back and forth for a million years on that because that's retarded. But at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, go out, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't on some sneaky shit or on the shit that he was talking about, cool. But then again, I ain't your man, so I don't care anyway. But if that's what y'all want to do, that's cool. I mean,
be safe.
Yeah,
don't
be safe either way.
Don't say no. Don't accept
get it
shit.
From the women too. Just be safe either way.
The women, this stuff is just as dangerous. I'm just being honest.
Again, I had women say crazy shit to me and hit on me or be at work and say something crazy. It's like if I say that shit or if I do that, if I slap your ass or rub your shoulder or rub your back, I got to look for a new job.
And if somebody did do something to you, didn't consent, get some help.
Yeah, man.
You gonna go to counseling. Because we don't condone men taking advantage of women.
Women, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You're gonna get attention from both sides.
And say no.
Just be safe.
If you say no and you feel you're gonna be scared, call 911. There's apps where you can text if you need help, emergency.
Don't respond.
Don't
walk away.
Yeah.
It's like if nigga jump in your DM, what you gonna do? You don't want to talk to him. You block him or you just not respond. I mean,
stranger danger.
And there's 911s and security in place for those that don't take the hint.
Exactly. So stop trying to play these men at the club and play innocent. Stop doing that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be accepting the drinks and going out. Hey, we gonna have this nigga. Don't be doing that, man, because that will get you in some real trouble.
All right, y'all. Leave us a comment. HITSHOWPODCAST.